welcome back, Joan. I would love to ask you, especially with all of how you've combined social innovation with business and personal with business. I'd love to ask you, can you share with us, two or three influencers that that made a difference for you in your life?
Yeah, I mean, because the project again does this personal, professional connection, there are so many, but I guess looking back at my colleagues, right? I mean, there were a few individuals that I worked with that were absolutely inspiring. And there was actually the general manager at Disney for a long time, was somebody who actually came up with a social impact idea himself. And, he came up with Disney Nature. So if you're familiar with that, he's the guy behind it. And it all started with this amazing movie called The March of the Penguins that ended up leading to the next thing and the next thing. And, I was able to work with him from afar and close and watch that whole process take off. And to me, that was really inspiring that here we were, we were in France. He was, this movie that came from nowhere and that actually went on to be a phenomenon and that led to this creation of the business. So I would have to say that, you're surrounded by your colleagues and they, can have a certain amount of influence on you, but there are those that really actually go the extra mile and they could actually inspire you yourself. So I do find that, this individual really inspired me to actually take that chance and put a personal idea on the table. And, kind of the rest is history there. But, there's also the friends and family. I mean, I'm inspired by my kids. I'm inspired by my son. It hasn't been easy for him, struggling in school in the French system. We're Franco-American out here, so there's a lot to unpack there. But, I can see that he's been moving forward in a way with a great attitude, and he's really embraced his dyslexia and he owns it. And so that inspires me. And, I'd say that there's kind of probably another category of people that inspire me that are no longer with us, historical figures, trailblazers. And there are two that come to mind. I have to say Frida Kahlo. I mean, she is the ultimate. I mean, a woman way ahead of her times, in a country and just made a place for herself as an artist and, somebody that had great ideas. And we're still talking about her. And another woman who I can kind of identify with is Julia Child. She lived in France for many years and she ended up also was such a pioneer in the television industry and she actually got the Americans to cook again. And so, I loved her story. And so I look back at these ladies who really had to struggle a lot to actually get where they got and they did it and we're still talking about them.
Yeah, and there are so many. We just did some work on Florence Nightingale and it was her 200th anniversary in 2020 during all this thing that was going on and everything she did. We need to recognize more of those people, but great choices. Thank you for sharing that and tell your son he's awesome. All right.
Thank you. Thank you so much.